Hello and welcome to my presentation video of my tank game. This is just going to show the base mechanics that I have created for my tanks for this game. As you can see in the widget already that I have two progress bars on the top left, where the blue one indicates the player's armor and the green one indicates the player's health. The bottom one, which shows the turret, is just showing that the player automatically has the turret in their inventory, and that's what they currently hold. This is because when all the weapons are picked up, they'll be able to add them to their inventory, which is a maximum of 3 weapons, and they'll be able to switch between them as well as drop all the weapons or currently their equipped weapon. The movement is just for the base tank at the bottom itself, which you can see there, which is controlled by the left analog stick and will move in the direction the player pushes the left analog stick. The turret at the top, which is a child component, and it's called it the weapon mount, is controlled by the right analog stick and will move in the direction wherever the player is pushing the analog stick, as you can see there. So now if I just turn you over here, I'll show you the first mechanic, which is the speed boost. The speed boost mechanic is activated by pressing and holding the left trigger, and once the left trigger has been released, the player will return to the normal speed. So as I demonstrate here, this is the normal speed, and if I hold the button, I have doubled speed, and as soon as I release, it goes back to the normal speed there. There we go. So just go up here, this is the collision area. I've made the collision on these trees a lot more wider than the default collision, just so you can clearly see how the collision for the tank and that mesh collide. So as you can see there, I can't push any more forward, and I am colliding with the tree. This works for all the trees. So if I just go to the next area, this is the health and damage and pickup test, which shows you my pickup and health and damage mechanics and how they work. So in front of us, the white cube is just a simple damage cube which will apply damage to both my armor and health, and on the left of the damage cube we have the armor pickup, and on the right of the damage cube we have the health pickup. As you can see, they are different colours: blue for armor, green for health, and they will both respawn in 3 seconds after being picked up and apply to 20 either health or armor depending on which pickup has been picked up. So if I just show you now, if I the way I have coded this is the player will receive damage on the armor first, and then once the armor has been fully depleted, they will then take damage on their health, and when the health is being damaged, they will receive a small camera shake to show that the player is in a critical condition. So if I just damage the armor now, as you can see, I'm taking armor damage and it's going down on the progress bar, and if I just go over the pickup, I have picked up the armor and now it's regenerated. So now if I just deplete my armor fully, and then show you how the camera shake and everything works, so if I just do that, there we are. So now I've got no more armor, so the next time I damage myself, it will then take away from the health, which then can be picked up by picking health can be gained by picking up the health pickup, but when I take damage it will apply a camera shake, as you can see there. So now if I pick up my health pickup, just pick it up there, I've added health. So now if we just move on to the inventory system, this left pickup here is basically just recognises he's looking for a certain item in the player's inventory. In this case, he's looking for the turret, which I already have in the inventory. So if I go over this, it'll say that it's found, as you can see there. So now if I just go over and pick up all of these, there we go. And I can now switch between these weapons by either up or down on the D-pad, and they'll switch perfectly. And if I go down, they'll switch again. And there's no issue there, and they won't stop because it'll just keep going through back to the corresponding in the order that you can see in the widget there, because that was the order they were picked up. Because I have the laser equipped, if I press right, I'll drop everything in the inventory and I'll just have the turret left, because I always have a turret in inventory. So if I show you that now, there we go. So I've got the turret, that's about perfect. So if I just go over and pick all these up again, now I've got the laser equipped. If I press left on the D-pad, it'll just drop the laser and it will go to the next weapon. As you can see there, went to the machine gun as soon as the laser is dropped. As soon as machine gun is dropped, it'll go to the turret. So now if I just pick up that weapons again, and we'll just go to the next area, which is the weapon test. So if I just show you these, if I shoot these all just have a basic health, and it'll just apply damage. The projectile will, depending on which weapon is currently equipped. So in this case it is the turret, which is a slower firing weapon, which has a delay of about 3 seconds between it can be fired, and it'll do 20 damage, as you can see there. No problem. And now if I switch between the The machine gun, this is simply if I just press and hold the button, it'll just fire, and then as soon as I release, it'll stop firing, and that works in, and it just does less damage than the others, as you can see there. And now if I go to the laser, this can be fired pretty much as fast as the player can press the button, but it does have a smaller damage output of 10. Okay, so now if I pressed on the left bumper, oh sorry, I forgot to mention, firing for all these weapons is controlled by the right trigger on the back of the pad. As you can see there, they all work fine, and it's only the machine gun that has the press and hold function. If I just press and hold them, they will only fire once, as same as the turret. So now if I press the left bumper, I will spawn the third person tank, and then it will have a new tank in game, which is third person, and it can also have the function of switching to first person. So if I just do that now, I've got this new tank in game. As you can see, the camera follows the turret and not the movement. So if we just go over here, see, just go over here, we'll go into the camera test, and as you can see, if I just move the turret, it'll follow, well, the camera will follow wherever the turret is aiming and not the movement, and they can both be controlled separately. As you can also see, if I just press B now on the Xbox 360 controller, which is right at the right face button on the gamepad, if I just press that, that will switch to a first person camera, and now I can also follow. I can still move the tank, I can still follow and fire, but the camera will follow now, will follow the turret wherever it's aiming, but in the first person view. And then if I press B again, I switch back to first person, no problem, and this can be done as many times as the player likes. So now if I press left bumper again, I will switch back to this tank, and I'll still have everything in my inventory as shown. And if I do it again, I can always switch back, and now the player has two tanks and control each pawn separately. So that is everything overall that I've created for my tank at the moment. Thank you for watching.